Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones back with a new video. Right to Repair and America's Future. I got done watching a video a few days ago where it was talking about uh, so the Taliban were able to get one of the Black Hawk helicopters flying. They were able to get some of the MRAPs serviceable, and when it was said by this administration that there's no way that they were able to get these things functioning again. And well, they were, and I gotta give credit to the Taliban. Because of the conditions that they've been living in, they got no choice but to repair what it is that they have in front of them if they want to get it working again. I'm pretty sure they have help from elsewhere, but I kind of like that. I like seeing equipment that was once considered destroyed being put back into service. Now, what service that is, that's a different discussion. But I like seeing equipment that was once broken down brought back to life, and that's something. And if you guys see my watch my videos long enough, you know that about me. Whether it be the Chevy or any guns I've bought, any small equipment I've purchased, or things I just found, or even small hand tools. I really have a knack for repairing things. I love refurbishing tools that I think are pretty cool. I think about a little over a year ago, I refurbished an electric drill my grandfather had. I think it was called a Dynolite electric drill. It only had one direction. It didn't have a reverse, but it had this. Remember, it had this all cast aluminum body, and it just needed a good cleaning, and so a few parts to be had the dust knocked off them and some rust gotten rid of, and just some grease, and it was running like new. I mean, even this is something I found on the side of the road, and you can't see it, and I have to still do a little bit of work to it, but it had cracked, and I was able to repair it. It still has it has a small leak. Again, I just noticed it today when I was using it at work, but I can repair that. I love repairing things. I love fixing things, and I think America's future is tied to the right to repair movement. Now, it's a funny thing. I stumbled upon Louis Rossman's channel. He's been really been spearheading the right to repair movement. He has a PC repair business in Manhattan, so it's cool to see a fellow New Yorker, into doing repair work. Even though I'm not one who really works on I don't work on electronics, but I think it's really cool that someone is able to create their own form of business for themselves and hire other people to fix things that are quite commonly being broken on a daily basis. And he talked about he was talking about right to repair in his videos. It's funny thing, I was watching his videos while I was repairing a Coleman generator that I bought. It's a 4,000 watt 8 horsepower generator. It had a banged up carburetor and a few other parts that needed to replace, especially like in the recoil starter. And so as I was working on that generator, I was binge watching his videos. He has some pretty funny things that he talks about. He doesn't, he has a bone to pick with Apple products, and I don't blame him. But yeah, he talked a lot about right to repair, and he brought up a lot of good points about how a lot of modern manufacturers will withhold data from small repair businesses, or even from their own customers who could repair like electronics on their own, but they don't want that information being going out there, so they withhold it, which does create a situation where it's hard. If you need certain parts to repair your electronics, like a laptop or a phone, you're having to you have to pay a whole lot more money to go to the dealer to have it repaired. And it's crazy because I'm wearing a shirt that has the John Deere logo on it, when John Deere has been found to have been making life hell for a lot of the farmers that buy their equipment, because instead of being able to repair a small thing on their being able to do it themselves, like whether it be a computer or any other proprietary part, they got to spend money and take it to the dealership, which that can take who knows how long, and takes a lot of time that can be spent, producing food or producing whatever it is that they're in the business of. So it sucks that you see that you have a lot of modern companies have gone this route of keep making repair work more difficult, which really it should be something that's encouraged. I remember watching a documentary on I think it was Modern Marvels back when the History Channel show those kind of programs, and it was on World War II, of course, and they had a segment where they talked about how the GIs were having a hard time getting their tanks through thick brush, and this is in Europe. They were in France. They had all this thick brush they couldn't get the tanks to get hung up on. Kind of like if like a chainsaw, if the chain hits one of the chaps, and will the Kevlar chaps will tangle themselves up around the chain and stop the chainsaw. Same thing was happening to the tanks. So they had some, I guess they had some welders in their ranks because someone came up with the idea of taking the tank busters off the beach and put a bunch of I-beams welded together to make crossing through the beach difficult. They got a couple of those, cut them up, and they formed them as like hedge cutters and weld them to the front of the tanks, and they were able to use those to cut through the brush. And I thought that was ingenious. Could be one of that may have actually been one of the things that piqued my interest in welding, because I always thought it was pretty cool to make things like that on the fly. And I remember hearing about Seabees, the Seabees. I guess the guys in the Navy, they would make things from like oil drums, things they would make things for their track for bulldozers. I think I read something where they made a resistor with some I think with some foil that they were able to get their hands on. So just things like that, or even Ian from Forgotten Weapons did a video about the Stinger. Basically it was an it was an aircraft mounted 30 caliber machine gun, and it had a bunch of parts from a Browning BAR, and an N1 Garand, and basically made this pretty cool machine gun, and just like things like that could be created on the fly. I think it's very useful for not just the military, who have been told that they can't work on their own equipment, that they have to go through. They had to go through the original company. It was a crazy story. There were these snipers in the middle of a firefight having to call. They were on the phone with customer service on how to get their scope operational again. I think things like that is just insane. You know, but something like right to repair is not just beneficial for our military, but it's also beneficial to our culture, because I think if we Americans, and we do have the DIY movement, especially in the gun community, where a lot of people are making they're making their own they make their own lowers for whether it be pistols, for rifles, especially on the AR platform, or even the AK platform. There's even 3D printing has exploded, and you have many people who are just they're making their own things from scratch. I myself, I like to reload my own ammunition, and I also cast my own lead slugs. So I've had that bug with manufacturing my own firearm components. So but it's things like that I think will revive the feeling of ingenuity in the American spirit. I think that's something that can actually get us back to making things back making things at home again, because it's very important that we get back to producing our own goods, so that we're not relying on outsiders that may not have our country's best interests at heart, and we able to better take care of ourselves with very little interference. But please, I would say check out Louis Rossman's channel. Also check out Forgotten Weapons. Or check out any channel that's showing off DIY projects, or that's pushing people to get out there and start making or keeping their own machinery functional. Check them out. I think it'd be very good. Very good educational material. As also, I have a couple of videos of myself where I've done reloading, and I've worked on various firearms. So please check those out, and also look forward to new videos that I may have planned down the road. I still have not forgotten about the welder. I had to send the control panel off to get sandblasted and get powder coated. So as soon as I get all the parts together, I'll be able to do a demonstration for you guys to check out. But please share your thoughts. What do you guys think of right to repair? Do you think it's beneficial to our country? Do you think it's not? Think it's a waste of time? Share your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. If you want to help out with the channel, go to my YouTube homepage. Look for the "Give Up That Cheese" button. It's a blue button on the top right hand corner. Take you to PayPal. Any amount that you donate is greatly appreciated. And also, I would call your name out if you sent the donation. Also, any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I see what I do to address them. That's my video, Right to Repair and the Future of America. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care, be safe, stay strapped, and God bless.